Sights cannot bear the radiance of sunlight. The moon cannot reach the sun unless the sun reaches the moon. If you try to gaze at the sun, you will go blind. But you can stare at the moonlight infinitely, eternally. In another place, he says, the Shams's face, my face, is turned towards Mawlana because Mawlana's face is turned towards me. Two faces being oriented towards each other, mirror to mirror. So something beautiful has happened here. We have seen that a mentor has given up on the idol of transforming the would-be murid from that which they've come to imagine for them, and they come to see them for who and what they have been all along. Shams reaches the point where he sees the final worth of Mawlana, which he praises as, even the prophets are in sad anguish, yearning to be in his presence. He says, anyone who wishes to see the messenger sent by God should come to see Mawlana. How blessed is the one who's found Rumi. In the third and last section of my paper, I want to talk about sohbet, this mirroring relationship after Shams. Where do we go in life after Shams is gone? Where do we look after that heart-transforming, ravishing beloved that was our mirror for God is no longer here? The story of Mawlana and Shams doesn't end with Shams. Because after Shams, there's not just Muhammad Jalaluddin Balkhi, there's now Hazrat Mawlana. This Mawlana is not only not raw, not only not just cooked, now he's on fire. حاصل عمرم سه سخن بیش نیست خام بودم پخته شدم سوختم. The whole of my life is summed up in these three little words. I used to be raw, then I was cooked, now I'm on fire. Sohbet also does not end with Shams. There would be other mirrors, other friendships, other loves. There was Salahuddin Zarkub and there was Chalabi Husam ad-Din. We hear in Aflaki's Manaqib al-Arifin this quote, when Mawlana finished searching for Shams and he came to witness the latter's secrets inside himself, he went to Shaykh Salahuddin. It's the secrets of Shams ad-Din that we heard this morning, and it's what we hear in the Mevlevi ritual. برای دم حضرت مولانا سر شمس تبریزی کرم امام علی هود علم. It's this meeting with Shams that has transformed Mawlana. This is what happens when we have this encounter with Insan Kamil. There's a movement from Gel to Gol, from the clay creature to the rose creature, from Bashar, mere creature, to Insan, fully realized human being. May those of us who aspire to be enlightened by the sun continue to heed this lesson of knowing that the teachers are catalysts, not permanent icons. That the purpose of the ayat, the signs of God, is indeed to point. And in the Quran, we hear that the signs of God are in the Quran, in nature, وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ, inside humanity. So yes, human beings can be the signs of God. As our Zen friends remind us from the Buddhist tradition, the finger is there to point towards the full moon. And after we have found the moon, we shouldn't stay stuck looking at the finger. Let Mawlana have the last word from Aflaki here. In Manaqib al-Arifin, we hear that Mawlana was sitting in the garden of Husam ad-Din Chalabi. He had his feet in the water and he was telling a lot of beautiful stories about Shams. One of his disciples, Badruddin, who was a great disciple, sighs and says, "Ah, Haif, what a shame, what a shame." Mawlana says, "What shame? Why shame? What place is there for shame?" Badruddin becomes very embarrassed and puts his head down and says, I felt embarrassed because when you were talking about Shams, I remembered that I had never met Shams. Mawlana puts his head down and is silent for a long time. He lifts his head and says, "It's true, you never saw Shams. But I swear on the soul of my father that standing before you is one in whose every strand of hair there are 100,000 Shams Tabrizis." All of the companions become joyous and they rise up in Sama. This Mawlana has found the Shams inside himself. If I may, I want to end with just a little reminder. This part is not in the paper. In Manaqib al-Arifin, Hazrat Mawlana says, "After I am gone, do not look for me under the soil. I am not there. Live my teachings, and if you ever experience joy, khushi, I am inside that." Yes, I am curious too. I want to know where Shams's maqam is. I want to know if it's in the Masjid of Shams here, if it's in Tabriz, it is his khoy. But this is the external level. The real legacy of Shams is in this encounter that is with us today and in every day. Mawlana says, without huzur, without the presence, there is no sama. And our friend Kabir here reminded us that without huzur, there is no namaz, there is no prayer. We always go on speaking about Hazrat Mawlana, Ya Hazrat Mawlana, Ya Hazrat Shams Tabrizi. Hazrat, they became Hazrat Mawlana because they found the huzur, because they found the presence of God. May all of us who've come here looking for the Shams, seeking to be enlightened by the sun, find this huzur inside our gunul, inshallah. Ashkal sun.